There are times when silence can make the difference between conflict and peace, between pain and healing. Imagine being able to completely transform your existence simply by choosing when and how to be silent. Are you ready to discover the 7 key situations in which silence can become your greatest ally? Watch the whole video to find out, and stay until the end because we will give you a very powerful practical exercise that you almost certainly don't know, but that will greatly improve your life. Subscribe to the channel The Smiling Buddha to receive other precious teachings on Buddhist philosophy and personal growth. Have you ever thought about the power that silence can have in your life? Think about how often we feel pressured to fill in the blanks in a conversation, to respond immediately when we feel provoked, or to say something when we find ourselves in a difficult situation. However, Buddhism and Zen philosophy teach us that there is profound wisdom in knowing when it is time to be silent. It is not just about avoiding saying the wrong thing, but about creating a space where truth can emerge, where awareness can flourish, and where peace can be preserved. In Buddhism, silence is not simply the absence of words, but a profound and meaningful practice that leads to awareness and understanding. It is a means of cultivating inner peace, allowing the mind to find clarity beyond the chaos of everyday life. Silence offers us a sacred space in which we can observe our thoughts without attachment, understand the impermanent nature of emotions, and connect more deeply with ourselves and others. According to Buddhist teachings, it is in silence that we find the wisdom that words often fail to express, leading us toward a more balanced and harmonious life. Now let's look at 7 key situations where you need to remain silent. The first situation where silence is essential is during a conflict. When we are angry or in disagreement, the temptation to respond immediately can be strong. But words spoken in anger can often hurt more deeply than we realize. In those moments, remaining silent is not a form of weakness, but a demonstration of strength and control. Silence allows you to breathe, reflect, and find a response that doesn't further fuel the conflict. An ancient story tells of a young monk who, after an argument with another disciple, went to his master seeking comfort. "Master," he said, "why should I not respond when I have been unjustly attacked?" The master, smiling, picked up a glass of water and dropped it on the ground. "You see," he said, "once water is poured out, it cannot be collected. Words are like this water. Once spoken, they cannot be taken back." From that day on, the young monk learned to find refuge in silence, understanding that it is often the wisest answer. The second occasion when silence proves precious is when we witness gossip or slander. Participating in conversations that denigrate others not only harms the person being spoken to, but also poisons the heart of the person speaking them. Choosing not to add anything, not to fuel the fire of negativity, is an act of great nobility. Silence, in this case, becomes a shield that protects your integrity and sends a clear message to others. Your word is precious and will not be wasted in empty speeches. Imagine a situation where you are surrounded by people gossiping about a mutual friend. Instead of joining in, you remain silent, observing but saying nothing. Your silence, more than any words, lets others know that you don't agree with what they're doing. And ultimately, your choice may cause them to reflect and stop that toxic conversation. Before we continue, we want to know your experience, which could be a powerful help for someone else. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you were tempted to speak up, but you remained silent and later realized that it was the best choice you could have made? Share the moment in the comments below the video. Silence becomes even more powerful when we are faced with suffering, whether our own or that of others. Often when we see someone suffering, we feel the need to say something, to offer words of comfort. But the truth is, in those moments, silence can speak much more deeply than any words. Being present in silence with someone who is suffering means offering them a safe space to express their pain without judgment, where the simple act of listening with the heart can be the greatest gift. Another crucial situation where silence is necessary is during important decisions. When we find ourselves having to make a decision that can change our life, the pressure can push us to speak immediately, to argue with others, or to seek external confirmation. But true wisdom often emerges in silence. Take the time to listen to your inner voice, to allow clarity to arise without the influence of external noise. Only then, with a calm mind and a serene heart, will you be able to make the right choice. Imagine a great leader who, before making an important decision, retreats into solitude, seeking silence to reflect. This gesture is not a sign of indecision, but of depth. It is an acknowledgement that the best answers do not always come from words, but from silently listening to one's intuition. Silence is also essential when we are in contact with nature. In the frenzy of everyday life, we often forget how powerful it is to simply stop and listen to the silence of nature. This silence is not empty, but full of life, wisdom, peace. It is in these moments that we can reconnect with ourselves and the universe, finding a sense of belonging and serenity that words could never express. The sixth occasion when silence is precious is when you find yourself facing an embarrassing or humiliating situation. In these moments, instinct can push us to defend ourselves, to explain, to try to justify ourselves. But silence, in fact, can be the most dignified response. Let silence speak for you. Let it demonstrate your inner strength, your ability to face any situation without losing your cool. And here we are at the seventh situation. One of the most powerful situations in which silence becomes a teacher is during meditation. The practice of inner silence, of stopping the mind from its incessant thoughts, is one of the most profound teachings of Buddhism and Zen. Through silence, we can access a wisdom that transcends words, a peace that only silence can reveal. This is not just a mental exercise, but a way of life that accompanies us in every moment of our day. And now I want to share with you an amazing secret exercise that very few people know about. But first, give this video a nice like, subscribe to our channel, and activate the bell so you don't miss our next contents dedicated to Buddhist philosophy and personal growth. So let's talk about the exercise of evening inner silence. Every night before going to sleep, take 5 minutes of total silence. Turn off all the lights, sit in a quiet place and simply listen to the silence around you. This exercise, practiced daily, will allow you to calm your mind and prepare you for a deep and regenerating sleep. But that's not all. In the silence of the night, insights and understandings often emerge that during the day remain buried under the noise and confusion. Try this exercise for a week and discover the transformative power of silence. Let the stillness of the night guide you towards greater awareness and inner peace.